and hearts of many Kenyans as 14 children, at least by yesterday's latest, 14 children were killed at Kakamega Primary School. That's right. NTV's Oko Okusa joins us now live with the very latest. Oko, over to you.
Well, Mark, what is happening here is that there was a lot of many visits from dignitaries, senior government officials led by the Deputy President himself, William Ruto, toward this place in the morning, and later on the CS for Education, George Magoha, also visited here to just inspect the situation. And both of them promised speedy investigations to ascertain what really caused the stampede that led to the death of the 14 pupils of Kakamega Primary School. Earlier on, I prepared a story of the activities that happened right behind me here, and let's take a look. Tuesday 6 a.m. outside the main gate of Kakamega Primary School, grief-stricken parents anxiously wait to be allowed into the school, where 14 pupils perished on Monday in a tragedy that has shocked the nation. The three-story building where the calamity occurred stands conspicuously on the side.
Hapo vile watoto walikuwa wanashuka chini, mmoja akateguka mguu akaanguka chini. Alafu wengine wakakuja akaanza kujitega wakianguka chini. Hasa ndio kwa maana hasa wengine vile walikuwa wanakuja wengi wakaanza kukanyagia chini.
Pia mimi nilikuwa hapo but niliroll. After kuroll nikaenda nikajaribu kuvuta watu hawatoki. Nikaenda pale nikaanza kuita teacher. Teacher akaenda akaanza kuita maticha. Ndo maticha akakuja wakawavuta watoto.
And these are the stairs where the 9 young girls and 5 little boys lost their lives at around 4:40 p.m. The building contains 24 classrooms, each said to have a population of about 65 pupils. Detectives spent the better part of the morning gathering clues and questioning teachers and pupils over the incident.
We must get to the bottom of whether it is the structure of the building or some other small mishaps that happened, or whatever it was. We are giving our security team the time to give us the full report so that we can ensure that nothing like what has happened in this school ever happens again.
Out of 46 pupils who were rushed to Kakamega County Referral Hospital, 37 were treated and discharged, while 5 are still receiving treatment in the hospital, 2 of them in the intensive care unit.
Nimeunda kamati katika ofisi yangu yale ambayo itatayarisha masishi ya wale ambao wametuacha.
A disaster management team has been set up both at the school and at the hospital to assist the affected families. Well, remember that the government actually closed Kakamega Primary School for 1 week. That is what the DP announced while he was here, that the school will remain closed for 1 week as investigators get down to just try and collect clues for what could have happened, interview parents, teachers, and even pupils who were here at that time of the tragedy, just to get to know what really transpired. They promised that they will take stern action should any of those who will be found culpable of maybe causing this stampede after the investigations are done. Actually, the DP, they are saying that the investigations here will also help the government to avert future calamities in either here or anywhere else in the country. Tomorrow we are also getting information that one of the victims of this tragedy, a little girl, 10-year-old Naila Kiverenge, will be buried according to the Muslim traditions here in Kakamega tomorrow after a prayer at Jamia Mosque. Again, my colleague Zakius Masame managed to visit a couple of families who are mourning their young ones. Remember, 14 families lost their beloved ones, and there's a lot of grief and a somber mood around this particular place. And my colleague Zakius Masame managed to visit a couple of those families just to have a feel of their plight and their grief. Take a look.
Outside the Kakamega Referral Hospital mortuary, parents, family and friends tried to come to terms with the Monday ordeal. Psychological counselors on standby to help. For Laventa Andeso, the burden is a heavy one to bear. The tragedy claimed the life of her only child, 10-year-old Vam Prince.
Nikaanza kuzunguka hospitali. Nimetafuta mtoto hospitali zote town. At the end nikaenda mochari nikampata huko bila suruali, bila uniform, bila gumboots, bila vitabu. Mtoto wangu atajikuwa aje? Mtoto wangu amelala uchi.
A few meters from Laventa, Juliet Shienga is receiving counseling, tears rolling down her tired eyes. Juliet had just transferred her 9-year-old daughter, Juni Nahumicha, from a private school to the Kakamega Primary School 3 weeks ago.
Nilikuwa na nia kumpeleka boarding mali mwenzake anasoma. Akanikataza. Nikawa nimpeleke kwa usistangu asome huku maana alimuhitaji. Akanikataza. Nikawa nimpeleke na Bongo. Akaniambia na Bongo watoto ni wachafu tena ni wachokozi. Akakataa nataka kwenda Kakamega.
Still at the mortuary, Joyce Mabuko mourns her 11-year-old daughter, Bertha Anyanga. She was in class 5.
Watchman akasema kama hujapata mtoto wako, enda mortuary. Nilikimbia mbio, kwa kweli nilipata mtoto wangu, amelala hapo.
At the home, Dan Mbija and Pamela Kageya, a sense of sorrow is palpable. They sing hymns in remembrance of their 9-year-old daughter, Vanessa Andeso, who was in class 5. Vanessa had only been at the school for a month.
Saina huzunika ndani ya roho yangu juu aliniambia nitaonekana ndani ya TV. Kama amepasua mtihani tena yasaidiwe. Saina ongea juu ya kifo Vanessa Andeso. Ongea juu ya kifo Vanessa.
Sisi kama wazazi pia ni huzuni kwa sababu wewe unapeleka mtoto wako mpaka kwa gate ya shule ukihakikisha ya kwamba mtoto ako na safety barabarani. Alafu akifika shuleni jambo linampata kule shuleni. Na sisi tumentrust wao.
Back at Kakamega Primary School, people from all walks of life are visiting to pay their respects and condole with the affected. Calls for a speedy investigation into what transpired are becoming louder.
Tunangoja investigation. Yes. Lakini vile tunaonya, investigation vile itatokea. Ndio mimi kama mama nitamwambia.
The families have been left with nothing but mourning their loved ones who lost their precious life in a tragedy that occurred here in school, a tragedy that could not be avoided. This is a place believed to be safe for their lives. Zakis Masame, NTV, Kakamega.
Well, that is Zakis Masame there, my colleague, who managed to visit a couple of families who have lost their loved ones in the tragedy that happened here on Monday evening. 14 little children losing their lives at a time when the parents had believed or had hoped that they will turn out to be, citizens of this country, successful citizens of this country. And of course, they expected that at the school they will be safe. Zakius Masame there just trying to bring out the emotions from the families there. We'll be here tomorrow again just to keep tabs on the investigations that are still going on. The government had promised to give us a brief today in the afternoon, but that didn't happen, so we are waiting that we'll get a concrete brief tomorrow morning. And as I've mentioned there again, one of the victims will be interred according to the Muslim traditions. Back to